That will make all the difference in how you approach your business. Everybody will see that. You will see it. You will feel it, and you will be 100 times more successful. You'll wake up in the morning with energy and everything like that. So, in the Ethics of the Fathers, it teaches us that there are three basic things that the world stands on, and this is going to help you to have a better life in the home, with your family, with all your relationships, and with business as well. We'll see in a minute how that works. But the three things are Torah, service of God, and deeds of kindness. Now, let's break that down a little bit and let's see how it applies to everybody, even if you're not, you don't have to be ultra religious and you don't even have to be Jewish for it. Torah. Torah, in essence, is basically the guidebook on how to live your life. So, when we say Torah, it means follow the rules, do what's right. You know how you should be behaving in business. You know when you're being when you're keeping your word. You know when you're trying to just think of yourself and try to make as much money as possible, and not necessarily being 100% direct with the person. All the rules of life that it requires to behave properly. Now, of course, that's murky and it's a big deal. But if you're doing those things, and God gave us a consciousness, you can feel it, you can understand when you're being right with somebody and when you're not. You know it very well automatically. He gave that to us instinctively. So that's the first thing. Torah, doing the right things, sticking to the rules that the world needs to abide by. The second one is the service of God. It might feel the same as the first one, but it's a little different. With the service of God, basically you need to understand God created the world. He wasn't messing around. He wasn't bored. He has a plan. He has a plan for all of us. So if you're here, if you're on this earth, if you were born, which you are, that's why you're here listening to this. If you were born, he has a plan for you. You're part of his bigger picture. So you have to figure out what is your mission in this world, because that's why you're here. If you're still here, you were born, you had a mission, and until the day you're taken back, that mission is still in place. You have to figure that out. So if you're not digging deep and saying, okay, obviously the world is here for a reason, God has a plan for the world, what's my place in that? Figure that out. That's key. If you don't do that, you're going to be running around just messing around with your time and not utilizing the best of your abilities. And the last one is deeds of kindness. This is a big one. You're here. You're in this world. You're now following the rules. You're looking out for what your mission is on this world. But now the question is: are you all about yourself? Are you all about how you yourself can enjoy this world, or are you figuring out how to help others? There's the famous kind of story / example that explains this, which you've probably heard of, but I'll say it here. Imagine that there's 4 or 5 people, and it's cold at night, and they have one blanket, and now they're all fighting for the blanket, and everybody's trying to tug back and forth to get the blanket. When you do that, nobody ends up with the blanket. When everybody starts thinking about the others, let me help him while he's cold. Let me see if I can cover him. All of a sudden, that one blanket covers all 5 people because they're all worrying about each other, and then everything works out. So, deeds of kindness. Think about others. Stop putting yourself first. You're here now to serve others. When you behave that way, not only is everybody going to start to love you as well. By the way, there's a lot of wonderful byproducts when you do that. You're going to realize, wow, this is more like it. This is what the life is about, as opposed to just thinking about myself. So it's those 3 things. Those 3 things are probably obvious in all the interpersonal relationships, but it's also in business. If you go by Torah, if you go by the rules of the way the world is meant to be lived, people are going to see that you're a person of integrity. They're going to want to work with you. When it comes to the service of God, you're here. If you realize that there's a bigger picture and there's a reason for you to be here, you're going to actually enjoy your work. You're going to actually enjoy what you're doing because you realize this is beyond you. It's beyond just trying to figure out how to maximize profits or whatever it is that you're dealing with. You're in the service of trying to help with the bigger picture of what God wants for you in the world. That will make all the difference in how you approach your business. Everybody will see that. You will see it. You will feel it, and you will be 100 times more successful. You'll wake up in the morning with energy and everything like that. Deeds of kindness. This goes without saying. It's like customer service, right? People will come back to a store because they prefer to do work with that person. There's a statement in sales that people buy. They buy from the people that they like. When you show that your interest is in the others, they're going to want to deal with you. So don't think about yourself, think about the others. If it's not in their interest, you shouldn't be trying to sell them. You should be saying that I don't think this is a good product for you. They're going to say, wow, look at this guy. He's not trying to push me into something that's not for me. That word will spread out. Your business will flourish. These are the three pillars that the world stands on based on the ethics of the fathers. Live by them, you'll see a difference.